Hi guys, welcome to Random Thoughts Thursday. My name's Maddie Kempf and welcome to my channel. So I got off the wagon a little bit with these Random Thoughts Thursday videos. I just had some things going on in my life and needed a bit of a break. So I'm trying to get back on track with having a kind of proper schedule of them again. So this week what I wanted to do is answer a question that I get asked a lot, and that is what I look for in a young prospect horse. So I found it interesting because people come to me asking me that, and I kind of thought to myself, I still go outside for help. So I often act on a gut feeling myself, and there's certain things that I look for, but I do ask around to people I trust as well. So I'm gonna have kind of a compilation in this video for you of different people that I've interviewed over the last year or so, and I asked all of them the question of what they look for in a young prospect. So I'm gonna give you their answers. So what do you look for in a young prospect?
Up until here recently, I don't buy horses. We never have. We've raised all of our own. I really like where our program has gone. We have very nice studs and lots of old school cow mares. So I've never had to shop for a prospect. I've just now kind of started looking, and obviously, I mean, you want that look. You want confirmation. I start there. We kind of had fun at the sale last night, picking out colts and picking apart what we like and what we don't like. And I like one, I like a short back, a long underline. I like a low hock, short pasterns, short neck. I mean, in an ideal world, you could have all of that in one. I kind of always fall back on that cow look. I like a horse with a little cow ear style. That being said, I like to go fast too, so getting into the running horses and kind of changing that up. So it's new for me on the prospect shopping, but and then obviously bloodlines. I mean, you have to go to bloodlines, and there's a few that I'm starting to pick out that might be my favorites, and something that would fit my style, so I definitely look at that too.
What do you look for in a young prospect?
So number one, I kind of buy off of the papers. So first of all, they've got to have a good pedigree, stud side and mare side. The second thing I look for, maybe I look past some faults of crooked legs and club feet and things that I probably shouldn't. But I just look for a nice straight line over their hip, like from right where their withers end over their hip. I don't like a big dip on their back, or I find that when they have a nice straight line, they run in a nice level playing field. And I also like their knees. So two lines, your line on their back with not too high of a headset, and I like their knees and their hocks to be nice and level too. And I find that when you start with level hocks and knees, they're very fluent and easy movers, and most of the time they can really get their legs underneath of them easily. It makes them a bit low hock, but their hocks are never lower than their knees. Okay. Yeah.
So what do you look for in a young prospect?
I go through the ones that I've stayed with, like the ones that I've proven already. I try to stay in the same bloodlines. And some of the ones have accelerated and people have had good results with. And I love a horse with a lot of heart. It could be the tiniest horse and still do really good. A lot of mine aren't huge, but they still excel because they're smooth and they just try so hard. I try to make sure they have lots of confidence. And a great conformation. You have to have a good built horse to be able to handle the wear and tear. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, strong mind, just like us.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What do you look for in a young prospect?
I first look at the papers. I kind of have an idea what I like to ride, so I ride the papers a little bit, but I think it's important. And then I go to confirmation, and this is going to sound really out there. I like to meet the horse, and there's like a energy thing that I feel from them. It's kind of goofy, but I do like to see the horse and feel the horse. But I first look at the papers.
Okay. So what do you look for in a young prospect?
In a young prospect, I go more off of when I'm riding them. So I get confirmation and all that, I understand that, but for me, I've won plenty on some that shouldn't be where they are, and on some of the best confirmation ones, they haven't made it. So usually, typically when they come to me, they're already riding. Then I just start my program. My program is basically to make a nice, balanced, well-broke horse. And then I try to take their athletic and physical ability to the highest it can be for that individual horse. So they're not all going to make 1D, top of the line rodeo horses or NFR horses. But if I can make each individual to the top of their athletic ability and be the best horse that they can be it a 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D horse, I will do that, especially depending on the owners. If it's to go to the fraternities, I'm going to be more than honest. Do I think this one can get out there and compete with them? Yes or no. Some are more immature. They're going to mature several years later. Others have that more natural ability where they're able to do it young. So it's kind of a new area for me. I did this years ago and then rodeoed for 5 years, and then now I'm back doing it. But again, my personal goals and all of this for these horses is to make the best and well-broke horse that I can make. If that takes longer and the owners are great with it, great. I don't want to cut corners, and I'm not going to run one before they're ready. So for me, that's how I just get on them and ride, and then I give an honest assessment to the owners, you know, a month or so into it, or however it goes, and then we make a plan from there, what works for everybody.
All right, cool. Okay, so my turn. My thoughts on what I like to look for a young prospect. I feel like I'm still learning a lot about what makes a good barrel horse, but something that I tend to act on is my gut feeling. So I often know when I see or I'm around a horse if it's going to be something that's going to work for me. I tend to look also at breeding. I'm going to look at the papers and see if there's anything on there that, oh, I've seen these horses are doing well, or oh, I know horses out of this maternal line are very strong, or whatever. So I tend to look at the papers. Another thing that's really important to me and is becoming increasingly important is incentives. So what I mean by that is I want a horse that baby can be enrolled in different incentives to make more money than just what's up for grabs. So for example, Future Fortunes, Triple Crown, things like that, they add money to a lot of these barrel races as a side pot. So if your horse is eligible, not only will you run for the futurity money that's already added to the pot, you'll have an extra side pot, often of something like $10,000 that you can run for as well. So I'm wanting to make a business of being a barrel racer, which is difficult, but things like that allow us to make a little bit more money. So there's a few really big incentives that are happening. One is the Super Stakes race in Canada, and Passport, my little yellow colt, is a Super Stakes baby, so they have to be Super Stakes eligible to run in this race for a whole bunch of money in their 5-year-old year. So he is that. And then there's another one called the Pink Buckle, which I think my next baby purchase will probably be buy a Pink Buckle stallion so that I can partake in the Pink Buckle barrel race. So those are the biggest things for me that I look for, is generally go off my gut feeling. I look for the breeding, and then I also look for the incentives that baby can be a part of. Well, thanks for watching, you guys. I hope that gave you some insight on different things to look for in your young prospect horses. So good luck to you in your training. Thank you for watching this video, and if you're enjoying my videos, please subscribe to my channel.